Happy Friday, besties. Woo!
Fuck yeah.
We've made it. Another week and one of the busiest months for so many of us, right? We're coming up on the end of the year. Oh my gosh.
November and December. Whew, the worst.
November.
Right.
Although it's like yes-vember for me, as every month is.
Exactly. Because of your face.
My face. My face. Come one, come all. It's always a yes.
That's what she said. But yeah, it's wild because you're so stressed out from all the work stuff, right? And everyone needs to finish strong. Some people are just starting their goals. You forgot, right, what you promised in January. But it's also for so many of us like the funnest time of the year, like personally. You know what I mean? Like, I know Jamie and I love December, especially it's our birthday months, right? I mean, the holiday, oh gosh. So it's kind of torture in a way, you know?
Yeah, like it's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
And it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I'm an extrovert, but I also need my introverted time. And December doesn't allow for that. You know what I mean? Because like every weekend, almost every night, there's something that you're doing. So by January, I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'll just stay in the house and not talk to anyone for
Just be depressed.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I mean, there are very few emotions that a Hallmark or Netflix holiday movie, like on my couch in isolation, cannot at least temporarily, like really, maybe not long-term cure, but it feels good. Just watched Hot Frosty, which is
magic scarf and a hot guy.
How did that happen? I know we had a big
dear.
debate. My daughter was like, he's not that hot. And I was like, oh, I disagree. And I was like polling. I'm like, the girls say he is. So there.
We are still watching Lost.
Oh, shit.
Which we're almost done. We're literally, because it's 6 seasons, we only have 2 episodes. Yeah, I don't think he's hot actually at all.
Whoa, okay.
Wait, is this the one about the snowman?
Yes, he's.
Oh my God, I've seen memes about this.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Lost though, I need someone to talk to it about it. Like, no,
not
for
me
real.
either.
Like,
Someone
my
reach out to
husband and I
Jamie.
are so angry. Yeah. About this stupid fucking show. Like, we have to finish it though. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
But we're so angry about
That's
it.
how I was with Manifest. Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. I would suggest not
I
watching
know,
it.
right? It makes me so angry.
I would suggest not watching it, but I cannot wait to be done with it. Let me just say that. Maybe Hot Frosty would be like a night palate cleanser, you know?
Exactly. An aperitif.
I will not give a spoiler to Hot Frosty, to the surely Oscar-winning movie. But I will say this. I bet he gets a lot hotter when he starts fixing shit up around the house in the movie, because that will always, ratchet up that scale from a 1 to 10. Ooh, 2 more points there when he's handy around the house. So I will say there, reserve your judgment till you watch him in action.
Oh, right. I mean, he's good. You know what I mean? Come on.
Well, he's good, but I'll tell you this, is I cannot wait, because I found an account on Instagram. And that's not one of ours. I'd say ours are the 3 best, but like God, Jamie's got 7 accounts, so whatever. There's an account that has, it to me is like the Instagram equivalent of watching a Hallmark or Netflix movie. That if I'm ever like, ooh, I have a minute and just need an aperitif, and it is, I'm looking at Heartthrob Rob Anderson. And so his name is Rob Anderson. I shared it the other day on my Instagram, and I got multiple messages from people that are like, oh my God, I'm now going down this rabbit hole. And so he has like some original content, but a lot of what he does is goes back to like Berenstain Bears books, TV shows, movies. Like he's going through every Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movie, and he goes through the plots. It is so funny. And so I need to know what he's going to say about Hot Frosty. That's it.
He's actually hilarious. I've posted him several times. Like he'll do throwback movies. I've posted him on Millennial Misery before. It's funny because his takes are just hilarious. Because it's like, why did we enjoy this movie at our age? Like, this is so dark. Like, she's dating her brother, like Clueless.
Right. It's so funny. And like, maybe it is like the millennial. Are you friends with him, Jamie? Like, or internet friends?
No. But I have posted him before, like several times, because he's hilarious.
Like, he's one of those people that you're like, you know, when people are like, oh, who would you want to have a dinner party with? Like, name 4 or 5 people. And you're like, I guess I got to say, like, oh, Mother Teresa or, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, fuck that. Rob Anderson, come here. And I don't want to talk. I just want to listen and hear him talk about everything else. So Leigh, have you ever seen his account? Do you know?
I don't think so. Y'all have to send me something, like your favorite from there.
He's not trash. I will. He's not trash. So your
My algorithm hasn't pushed him through yet.
No, he's really funny, but it is a great, like, if you're ever needing that palate cleanser, he's good for like 59 seconds to 2:39. But you may go down the rabbit hole and
I will
follow him a bit.
Then I'll read all the comments. That's my favorite thing.
Sprint to the comments.
Can't run fast enough. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, I do. I don't know if I'll watch Hot Frosty, but I see it up there. I've seen the trailer a few times on the Netflix. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll partake.
It's funny because, you know, like different references. So we start watching it. Of course, my daughter's like, oh my God, that's the girl from Mean Girls. Because it's Lacey.
Yeah. She's in every Hallmark movie.
Right.
My
she's
God,
like, look, it's Gretchen Wieners. Right. I'm like, oh, clearly we haven't watched enough Hallmark together because she's a repeat offender in these movies. And so you forget some of the things.
Okay. So Ashley, then you're a Hallmark movie watcher?
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, probably more Netflix than Hallmark if there's a difference. I'm just lazy and I don't pay for the Hallmark channel, but yeah.
Okay. Leigh, what about you? Do you watch the Hallmark movies?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't even know if we have the Hallmark channel.
I'm open to it, but I just tend to, especially during the holidays, like I've already seen Home Alone 1 through 6 like 3 times. Like I just play them as noise, you know what I mean? And through the weekend and whatnot, you know? So I tend to return to like the same classic movies, you know, like over and over.
Tell me you're not calling when they switched kids, like from Macaulay Culkin
they're terrible.
When his little brother too? In one of them?
Yeah, the first one.
But who then went on? I think that's the same little brother that went on to become Succession, to become
exactly.
Who is really, that's his prime character. But like, do you rewatch like Home Alone 5, Leigh?
Which is horrific. Home Sweet Home Alone is okay. I mean, some of them, one of them is like filmed on someone's phone. Like it is like shaky, like it's terrible. The one with the thieves. Well, there's a couple with the thieves. I mean, they all with thieves, but it's the one. I don't know. They're terrible. Okay, they are horrific. You know.
I don't want to be a humble brag here, but between Jamie recommending Lost, Leigh trying to defend Home Alone 5. I'm bringing Heartthrob Rob Anderson, and that seems like the only recommendation you can count on today, besties.
You brought Hot Frosty.
Well, yeah, I'd like to know. Well, I'll put that in the thing to see what people think about it. Like, I'm not going to give it more than like a 6.4 out of 10, but I didn't mind watching it. I thought it was
now I'll watch
holiday spirit.
Yeah, when we need that.
Do y'all have like a favorite holiday movie?
I like Home Alone too. There I go back to the Home Alones. You know, I love Love Actually, but it's probably something that Rob Anderson covered.
Probably,
that guy, you know, because it really. How is that girl fat?
Oh God, don't even.
You know what I mean? Like, she's stunning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous. But that scene where they're kissing and the music and I just love it. Oh, you know.
Yeah, that's a good one. That might be my favorite. Jamie?
I think The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, the first one. That's just such a good one.
I
love that one. I don't know. And I love Christmas Vacation. Mm-hmm. Like those are 2 movies I have to see in the month of December every year.
What about that Santa Claus 3?
Ooh,
with Jack Frost. I mean, that was shit.
Sketch and the robot Santa.
Ooh. You are like everybody. I mean, this is kind of shocking to me, candidly, Leigh, but like you are like I remember when I worked in like marketing-based organizations, they'd have like, what is it? Like the fake people that they're always thinking about. Like we make our ad for this person. They create like a real person. And in the case of one company that shall be remain nameless, they had cardboard cutouts of these people. But I swear, you are like the cardboard cutout person in like the studio that's like, God, shit, we have like $34,000 to make another sequel. Who can we count on? And they'll be like, HR Manifesto. She'll watch it at least 6 to 7 times.
Exactly. They just play, you know? They just play.
They're like comfort movies.
It is. I was going to say it's like comfort food,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm trying to get in the mood and spirit. I've been decorating. So that's my thing. I love to decorate everything. Yeah.
Leigh has shared photos of her front porch with us, and holy shit, it is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's like this winter wonderland, like Candyland. Oh,
yeah,
it's magical.
Candyland.
HR Martha Stewart over here.
Yeah, it looks so good.
I just love that art and design bullshit. I can't help it,
But you have that nice handwriting, that nice teacher handwriting. I do think it all kind of goes together because my handwriting is not great and my decorations do not look like that. I do, I get a good few blow up things, distract from the lack of skill, but it's a real talent. It's art.
I love it. No, I go to the Home Goods. Have you seen all those funny videos lately about the Home Goods and people going through the store? Oh
Yes.
my God. Love looking through the trash.
Yes, I saw one the other day. It was a couple, and she was like, I've always wanted a Santa pooping. And he goes, hold on, I have just the thing for you. And he like shows the Santa pooping. It's hilarious, but it's all the random shit that they have at Home Goods.
Mm-hmm. All of those crap stores. Love. Oh, so I've been frequenting.
Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Are you all getting in the spirit at all of the holidays, end of year?
I am. We decorated like a week ago. We cut a tree down annually, though, so we're going to go do that next week.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, every year we cut down a tree. There's a couple Christmas tree farms close to us, so we go to this one. I think it's Country Christmas Cove.
Is it country? Well, is it like with the backwards K?
No,
or is
it's
it like
not.
country?
Not. And they have a different pines that you can choose from, and we've been doing. I think this will be our 9th or 10th year doing it. Of getting a saw and everything. We love it. Yeah, and cutting down a tree.
What?
We love it. And then usually I name my tree.
That's a Dateline. No, Jamie.
No.
That is a Dateline episode. Rolling with your husband, put the saw in the car. It's for the tree. It's for the tree.
They have hay rides and hot chocolate for the kids,
Okay.
and usually food trucks, and it's fun. It's so much fun. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of having an artificial tree. Just like I could have my tree up already, but we just love our real tree. I will say, except the one year that it had aphids, and I discovered it on Christmas Eve night as I was putting the presents underneath it.
Ew. Was that a bug?
Yeah, and so they hatched in our house.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that is so gross.
Yeah. So there was like little black bugs everywhere. So literally,
Oh, my God.
my husband and I talked about it that night. We decided right after Christmas morning, we wrapped it up, threw that sucker out. Like we burned it. It was so sad because like it was literally Christmas morning. It was probably like 10 o'clock.
And you're burning your tree.
Burning the tree. People are like, what's going down at the Jacksons' house?
I know. Like these Jackson people, good gravy. But yeah, we had to. And so we were a little apprehensive the next year, but we still. And so we'll go again this year.
You
Oh,
went
damn.
fool me twice, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
But we haven't had that happen again, thankfully.
I grew up Christian. I grew up Episcopal, but I converted to Judaism before we got married. And so I love a holiday movie, love holiday songs, but we have Hanukkah. And so we don't have a tree. I do have a bit of a Hanukkah bush type thing, but it's very short and bush shaped and kind of sad. And I make the most of that. But we do. I still like to decorate and get the inflatables and all those things. And so, you know me, I love a good celebration.
Gosh. Yeah. Because again, 'tis the season. We got lots of holidays here. In fact, we have one next week
Yeah.
here in the U.S. FYI, Thanksgiving is only a U.S. holiday. I know that might be surprising to some.
Well, there is one in Canada, but it's in October.
Yeah.
And Germany has it in September, and some other places, around the world.
Australia. You're going to say, I thought that Australia's story was coming.
No, but I did get a Woolworths rotisserie chicken one year. My parents came to visit over Thanksgiving, closest I could get. But no, when I was looking the other day, I was like, I didn't realize Germany had this Thanksgiving. That's why we talked about it. I always think it's so interesting to learn of the concepts from everywhere else. But I do think global people probably love Thanksgiving just as much as Americans, because us work-obsessed Americans on global teams leave you the fuck alone for like at least a couple days, ideally. And that's, I do think they're like, it's like putting on a pair of sweatpants, like the tight-ass Americans that are like, work, what do you do for work? What do you do? And they're like, just, we'll chill for a little. So it's kind of like the cat's away, which I do think people appreciate.
Oh, do y'all have plans for next week? Are you busy? I'm
not really. We usually keep Thanksgiving low key. So we usually just have it at my house, and it's just my mom that comes, and we low key. But I love it like that, because Christmas is, a hot mess. Yeah, like every weekend we're doing something every night. So I like keeping Thanksgiving low key.
I have a high key week, I'd say. We're going with all my family first to Orlando. So we're going to the Magic Kingdom and Universal. So I've been to the Magic Kingdom in years, and I've never been to the Universal. I don't know what you call it, the Universal. Like, and so we're going with my brother, my sister-in-law, my nieces, my parents, my sister-in-law's mom.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So we all got the shirts. My daughter took everyone's orders and did it through Etsy, found a nice little shop. And I have some unlicensed goods. And but then we're all going to the Villages for actual Thanksgiving week. And so, we're going to be doing it up in the Villages.
Oh, gosh. That sounds fun. I'm going to be jealous.
What about you?
I'm already jealous. I love a Disney trip.
I know. I was about to say, I know, come meet us. Well, my shout out to Bestie Justin, my other best friend who lives in Orlando. We went to law school together, but he is he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. There we go. Went to law school together, but he's also a weather enthusiast. Like he's super sharp. He went to Dartmouth, and he's like a physics major, knows all about weather, but he's also a roller coaster enthusiast and Disney enthusiast. So when I went like 8 years ago, he was like whipping us through all these entrances. We ended up on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train right as the fireworks went off. It was super cool. So he's going to come. Meet us and like, woof, whoosh, 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 whoosh us around. So I'm excited.
Jealous.
Do you have any fun plans? Are you going to go do a whirlwind trip to Antarctica or something like that?
No. I've just got a couple Thanksgiving things. You know what I mean? A Friendsgiving, a big family Thanksgiving Saturday. I'm hosting Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, so lots of baking, lots of cooking.
75 aunts and uncles. And
exactly. My big fat Mexican family, So, so busy like that, So I haven't prepped anything or planned or haven't done shit yet.
I did a little bit of prep. I'm making we're doing a lot of ordering. I'm making some of the sides because I like doing them. But I fell prey to one of those Instagram ads that kept coming at me. And I won't say the name because we're not partnership, but it's like one of those ready to go charcuterie boards that has things cut into like fall leaves, which I think looks lovely.
I want it so bad.
I showed it to one of my friends, and she's like, what the? She's like, I can make that for half price. All you need is like the cookie cutter. And I'm like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're paying for the convenience.
That's what I said. I think the meat and cheese together, I start justifying it, of course. Like it's a real, like it's supermarket sweep again. I'm like, look at that picture. Like it's, so
I do boards. Like it's expensive.
Yeah.
Please take a picture of what you make.
I have them. Yeah, I can show. I'll have to find them and we can share it.
It isn't cheap to even make them anyway.
It's so expensive.
And again, if I do it, I have made boards. Leigh, I imagine your board looks very different. Jamie, I imagine your board is going to also be likewise. Mine is basically the equivalent
Ritz
of like
crackers.
this. Yeah, it's like the summer sausage I used to sell for like for sixth
Saltines.
grade band to like to go on the field trip to Kings Island, with my flute case and my matching T-shirt, like sell some gift wrap and a summer sausage. That's basically what I have just sitting there on a paper plate.
So this is good that you ordered that. Leigh, you got to let us know because it looks incredible.
It's already that time of year again, and the holidays are quickly approaching, and you might be stressing about gift shopping, like me. Because even if your kids have already had their lists ready all year, chances are that there's probably a few items on that list that you know that they would love, but they give you a pause. One of those might be a smartphone, and it seems like kids are asking for these younger and younger these days. And like many parents, you probably have concerns about handing them over the same kind of smartphone you use, with good reason. And that's why I want to tell you about the Gab holiday sale. Gab is the leader in safe phones and watches for kids, teens, and tweens. There's no social media, no internet browsing, and there's GPS tracking. Gab devices were built from the ground up, specifically for kids and teens, and are the way to keep your kids safely connected. Kids also get unlimited talk and text with Gab Messenger, the first video and calling app designed with kids' safety as a top priority. It already blocks high-risk messages and content from even reaching your child's phone. The app is exclusive to Gab phones. It has a parent companion app for easy controls to keep you informed. I personally love the focus mode. So my youngest has the Gab watch, and I love that I can set focus mode for school hours so we can't get in trouble. That's why I really think Gab is a must-have this year, and I cannot recommend it enough that you and your family give them a try. And I would do it now because right now, Gab is offering a huge discounts on their phones and watches. The best part, there's no contact required. Just go to gab.com/HRBesties to get started. That's Gab, GABB.com/HRBesties. Gab.com/HRBesties. Terms and conditions apply.
Are we in the mood for sharing what we're grateful for, considering it's Thanksgiving next week?
Like, I love that. I know I make videos not to do that at work because it's so corny and cringy, but secretly I love it amongst people that are willing participants. So Jamie, Leigh, are you guys down?
It's the icebreaker.
I know. People are like, what are you thankful for? Like, hopefully severance. Or a week off work.
Exactly.
Jay, what about you? What are you grateful for?
I'm thankful for this community that we created, the HR Besties listeners and the little community we got going on. And I'm obviously very thankful for my family. My boys are my world, and I'm including my husband as my boys in there. I'm thankful for all of them, and just, man, they drive me crazy some days, but I wouldn't, I don't know who I'd be without them.
I'm still thinking. There's so much. That's why,
Yeah.
What comes to mind, though, is I'm thankful. Of course, I get all existential. I'm grateful for like the bad things. I'll just simplify it. The bad things that have happened to me. I know that sounds really weird to say, but I was reflecting on this yesterday, like adversity and struggles and being fired and deaths and the family. I mean, all the things, right? I was just thinking about that and how, they brought me to this place. And, I try to like shift my perspective and stay positive, because otherwise I just wallow, and it'd just be really sad. But it's like, man, I'm thankful for all that tough shit. I didn't deserve to grow and learn through trauma, but I'm thankful for that shit, because it brought me to this point. And with y'all today talking about what I'm thankful for, so it's a tough week for me, Thanksgiving, just to share vulnerably, because my dad died November 26th, right after Thanksgiving, 12 years ago. And that was my bestie. And so like, this is a really tough time. And it's like, I made it through. The grief never leaves you, but man, it's brought me to this place and it's okay, And so the holidays are tough for a lot of people, loss and grief and all of that, right? And so none of us are spared from life in that way, but it's okay. like we made it through, you're surviving, and I am too. So I'm thankful for that. Not to get all crazy deep, but that's what Thanksgiving is about,
Like Taryn.
I know. I see you tearing, so it's making me tear up, but it's hard seeing those empty plates around the table,
It is. And but I say this, and I think to both of you all, I mean, I say sometimes like these like condescending things of like, people are like, oh, I'm proud of you at work or things like that. But like Leigh, I look to see like, I think your dad would be so proud of like what you've created, and it's not easy. I know, but I see your mom. I'm like, geez, like having met Leigh's mom. Leigh's mom is like the only person I've met that's slightly shorter than me, and so but she packs this punch, and so just knowing what you've come from her and the combination, I mean that very, very genuinely for both of you all, and I do think it's a lesson, because a lot of what we talk about, there are themes of trauma, real trauma, and that's a real thing that happens. And I reflect, like 2 years ago at Thanksgiving, my parents came. I talk a little bit about this. My parents had been diagnosed both with cancer on the same fucking day a month prior. Yeah, and they're both, again, like thankfully they're both doing well. My mom's had 2 battles with it, but I agree. A lot of what I look at in life is stuff that I went through that I'm like, God, I don't want to relive that. Like a lot of it is, talk more on the business side, is like I spent years like giving energy and like being beholden to like checking my work email and like, oh my God, there's something worrying in my head about what's going to go wrong because I'm a lawyer, and like, God, things that have nothing to do with decisions I made, but I feel so responsible. And I lived with so much of that and sacrificed time with my kids, my marriage, myself, like, and now like I've taken that and figured things out. And sometimes you're at this point. So I'm so thankful. Like you hear me going to the villages with my parents. I mean, I love every single second I get to spend with them. I relish it. I do not take it for granted for those reasons. But the same is in corporate of like, I now like very narrowly every day make videos about managers, make training for managers, like stay in my lane, but no longer am I like being responsible for, solving other people's problems. I've figured out what to do in the way that works for me. And I guess I'm thankful. Like I wake up in the day sometimes and I'm excited. I'm like, oh, today's recording day. And I like it because it's a joy to have it with colleagues and be able to put these things out there. But also like when we do get messages from people about what their experience is like or learning things, it feels so good. And, we get everybody gets a lot of hate on the internet sometimes. And like, I've learned to like, fuck that. Like, go away. You're no longer going to take much of my energy unless I want to screenshot you and put you on my Instagram to blast you slightly. But like, but it is like, I talk about the career quilt and like distilling every experience in your life as you get older of not giving a fuck what other people care about and just keeping that love with you. And so I'm proud to be by your all's side, but I'm also very thankful to those listening, and hopefully you're thinking about what you're grateful for as well.
Oh, I know. We are so thankful for this podcast, our followers, our listeners, everything. Oh,
our network, our Ad-Large network.
It's wild.
Like our call we were on the other day with our team, and it's like all these people, and they just are like rooting us on and trying to help us succeed and figure stuff out. And it's very cool when you can see people that genuinely want you to do well and to be that person for others. So I feel that way for both of you.
Oh, well, happy Thanksgiving.
And thank you, Carly. We're grateful for Carly, who's producing this right now. So when you hear those intros and things like that, we want to give that big thank you to Carly.
What are you thankful for, besties?
Oh, let us know. God, I'm like,
On that note, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Friday.
Enjoy the weekend.